Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making cassava and gravy. In Sierra Leone we say Casada and gravy. So I'm going to be using cassava, of course, some gizzard, and then some vegetables, and some garden eggs, which I love so much, and then my favorite seasonings added with garlic. So I decided to peel the garden egg and then slice it, put some water and salt. You kind of like mush it together. And on a separate pot, I had already cleaned the gizzard, so I just decided to season it and then put it for it to steam. And here are my peppers, onions, and tomato. I blended some of the onions, pepper, and tomato, and some of them I just decided to slice them so I can fry them when I'm ready. So I just put 1 cup of oil and let it warm up. One way to tell whether the oil is warm up is to add something in it, so when it's ready you can tell. So over here the oil was ready, so I just pour in my sliced onions, and then I just stir it afterwards. So while you're enjoying this, you can go right now and like this video, share, subscribe, and thank you very much. So then I just added the garden eggs. I squeezed the water out because you don't want too much water in the stew. So I squeeze some of the water out and just add it to it. And then I'm gonna mix it. And then in another pot, I'd already finished steaming the gizzard, so I decided to fry it so it can have a little crunchy, because I love crunchy stuff. So at that point, my onions and garden eggs was just cooking. Then I added my blended peppers, tomato, and onions, and just stir everything together really good so that it can cook all evenly. Okay, my stew is looking good, and on the other part, as you can see a little bit, my gizzard is ready. So I decided to add some garlic and added my seasonings, which I'm gonna put on the description for you to see all of the seasoning that I used. I use a dash for all of them. Then I added my tomato paste, and then I added my 1 cube Maggie cube seasoning. And another part, I put the water for the cassava, and then I just decided to add the peppers, a little bit of onions that I did not blend. So I put this there to make sure that the stew is done. Once that is cooked, I know my stew is ready. So over here I put the cassava once the water was boiled, and I added some salt. I used some sea salt, and leave the cassava to boil. And it looks like my stew is all done. It's looking really yummy. So this is how you make the stew for your cassava, but instead of using garden eggs, you can use a lot of onions instead. And over here my cassava is done, and here is my cassava in. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. As you can see, I just ate everything.